Hello and welcome to the RVTravel.com Ask Dave segment. Today's question comes in from Thomas, and Thomas says, with solar, can your battery overcharge? I have a battery disconnect. Should I use that rather than continuously charging when in storage in between trips? Thank you, Thomas. Thomas, there's a little bit more information we need. You shouldn't be overcharging your battery with a solar panel, but first of all, we need to find out the size of the solar panel that you have, either permanently mounted or if you're using a portable. There are 100 watts, there's a variety of different ones. A lot of manufacturers will put a very small charging solar panel on that's basically just a maintenance charge. And all it's going to do is provide 13.2 volts to that battery as whenever you have sun available to that. If you have a larger system, 100 watts or 200 watts or even larger than that, chances are you're going to have a control charger like this. If you don't, you want to get one. Otherwise, it's just going to continuously charge. And the way the battery is set up is a fully charged battery is at 12.6 volts. And it's 2.1 volts per cell in there. And when you're hooked up to shoreline power and your battery draw has been down, say 50%, and you plug it into shoreline power, that converter that you would have either in your distribution center like this or in a larger inverter will kick in at about 13.6 volts to bring that battery up. Once that battery hits 12.6 volts, then the converter is going to drop down to 13.2 volts. And it's like filling a 5-gallon bucket. Once you get so much water in there, that 13.2 will not flow into your battery. So it just acts as a maintenance. So once the battery starts to go down a little bit, it'll be able to top that off. So same thing with a solar panel is, I'm assuming in here you do not reference that during storage you have it plugged in. So that's something that also comes into effect. If I'm plugged into shoreline power, the converter's wanting to charge the battery. If I have a solar panel, that's also going to want to charge the battery. But a good solar charge controller like this is going to help regulate that. So what happens is that you're going to probably get 3 to 4 hours of good sunlight on a good sunny day. And a battery just sitting there in storage is going to drop. You're going to get some drainage out of it. You have an LP leak detector. You may have a stereo with some presets. Hopefully everything is off. But if you have a 100 watt or larger solar panel and this charge controller, and you're not going to plug it in, I would say leave the battery disconnect off, or your battery's on, connected to it, and let that power of the sun and your solar panel maintain your battery. So it will adjust. You don't want to run 13.6 or higher all the time with it, but with that controller, that should bring it down. So that's the question that you have to find is, how large is your solar panel system? What charge is it going to have, and does it have a charge controller? If you have a very small 10 to 30 watt panel up there, like a lot of manufacturers put on, that will just maintain. And the reason they do that is because they know that unit's going to sit on a dealer lot for a long period of time, probably not plugged in. The longer you do that, the more the batteries are going to drain down. They're going to sulfate. They could freeze in cold weather. So they put that smaller one on as a standard feature. It's not really designed to be able to boondock, but it's just to top those off. So find out what kind of solar panels you have and the charge controller. You should be okay.